about 10? I don't think anybody has a 10. Let's do some 10s. For those of you listening by video, we're handing out some papers that are 8, 9, you can pass those back. 8, 9, and 10.
For those of you listening on video, we just ordered pizza.
You ordered pizza?
You did pass out 8.
Yeah, 8. So you should have 8, 9, and 10, right guys? Thank you. Okay, let's just do a little review on these. On 8, we covered some of it earlier. They're real short rules, okay? You're going to find lots of comma rules. This book, again, had 5 chapters on commas alone. This is your basic one we talked about earlier on yes, comma, and however, unfortunately.
When was this book published? Do you know?
They're all older books, so even if the rules have changed, they're basically still court reporting books. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, but you know, I have this book at home, and I think I showed it to you. Maybe it was Cheryl. It's from the NCRA, and it's called Punctuation for Court.
Yep.
It's a brown book. You know, you have the series.
Zip.
No, it's a little brown book, like you have the law, medical, and English.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same,
Yep.
same cover.
Yes.
So
now that
that's
one is
my
a
reference.
That's a good reference. Anything from NCRA is always good.
But that's an old one.
Doesn't
and they
matter.
don't publish it anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering why they don't publish it.
Those are still, they have legal, medical, those are excellent books. If you can get your hands on those.
Well, I have them somewhere, but they're back in Canada. But I'm talking about the punctuation, because there's one specifically called Punctuation for Court Reporters.
Yeah. Oh, this may be why, because maybe they're not doing that book, but maybe they're doing this one. See, Punctuation for Court Reporters, National Court Reporters Association.
What date is that?
So maybe they're updating this. It's like, I think, in the 80s. Let's see.
Because mine's from the 70s.
Yeah, this is 1994, so that's probably what happened, Grant. This is copyright 1994. So anything you can find on court reporters, and you know, I don't know if convention, did they have any books at convention?
No.
Nothing?
But they don't publish, I mean, I've gone online and they don't have it anymore.
They have something, because even when you're ready to study for the Texas CSR, they reference the National Court Reporters Certification books, study books. They probably just maybe made a new type of cover for it. But those are excellent books. Even if something's outdated, what's in there is worth keeping. Okay? So let's do, let's review this one. Some of our verbiage that we've had in the past, like actually, things like that, we've had those words. This is a reason why you'd have the comma, prepositional phrase. If you don't know your prepositions, here they are. You gotta know your prepositions. Use a comma after introductory phrases. And then let's see what else is covered. Here's another one. Why? Because, you know, we always wonder, why do we use some of them? Introductory clauses with one of the following. As you know, although I was an hour late, comma. Just little things to help you with. That's on 8. On 9, here we go. We were looking for the which. You want to learn something called non-restrictive phrases and clauses. Set off non-restrictive. Non-restrictive seems like it means you don't really need them. Okay? Non-restrictive phrases and clauses with commas. A non-restrictive phrase or clause is not essential to the main idea of the sentence. So all those whiches that we were trying out, accordings, the liquor store, which has been robbed several times, closed last week. The liquor store closed last week. Timothy, who is it? So these you can take out. So those little ones that we were using, can you take it out? What was that first which? What are we talking about? This one's easy. These mortgages have the implied backing of the U.S. government. So you don't even need this. You see why the which will be there? Because you don't need it. Same thing here. Mortgages which require much larger down payment. You can get away with the sentence with not having that extra information, and that's called a non-restrictive clause. Okay. Once we had a question on whether you write, yes, sir.
Yeah, I just found it. Punctuation for court reporters, the one you have, is put out. It's doesn't say the year, but it's $24.95.
Good. Is that the most recent that they offer on the NCRA website? Good.
And of course, the other one that they have is Morrison's English.
Morrison's. How much is it?
Morrison's?
$900.
That's Wednesday.
60
$60.
Where'd you find that? How much was it?
on NCRA.
Hey, and did y'all
You
know?
remember?
Did y'all know there's a website? It's called like Classified for Court Reporters. And I found a bunch of books on there, and they have machines on there, and it's statewide, and it's like classified ads, and it's all
NCRA
legit.
Online. I don't know if you can get it.
And you'll find a lot of these books.
Classified what?
It's classified. It's like the classified ads for court reporting. I'll have to look for it, but if you just Google
What?
classified ads for court reporters, there's a whole section on. You can find machines for sale. You can sell your machine. It's nationwide, but you can find all these reporters with books. I mean, that's how I found the majority of these books, because I really like did a bunch of Googling, and you'll find them, and they might be old, but they're still useful. And so Morrison's, they have a few with Morrison's like for $50 instead of $60. Okay. So here we're talking about numbers. Some of y'all had a question. If you have 1,400 or 1,500, here's a rule. Using commas containing more than 3 digits, you put the comma. And I think the rule we had said was that they dictated, it was $1,500, it was $1,500, might be easier. This is interesting here. Let's see. Use a comma to separate consecutive numbers in a sentence. We've got that. Page and reference number. But look at this here. Do not use a comma with weights, dimensions, or time periods. So the package weighs 10 pounds. I didn't even know this. She's 5'6". I think I even put commas in there. Doesn't it make sense that you would? No? All right, Regina. Regina, you're going to remember no comma is better. No comma is better. Interesting rule. Okay. This is good. Parenthetical expressions are words that do not add to the meaning. And that's where we have all these, in summary, however, in other words, there's a bunch of them here. That might help. Okay, accordingly.
Those, and keep in mind, you know, that those words you just showed are perfect introductory words to start a new paragraph. Because it kind of like changes a thought.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a spot to change to start a new paragraph, because the paragraphs are long,
Excellent. Use these.
those are great words. Keep in mind, those are like, you know, the red flags.
Very good. And I don't know if you noticed that in the must, we're not really helping you with paragraphs because it's your own viewpoint. I mean, the paragraphs on those musts are so tricky, but Grant, that's a good point there. And you know what, guys? Y'all can take this paper and you can write your outlines, you can plug them in. Use whatever we give you to your benefit. Okay? Let's look at our last one. This is easy. Many, many repeated words. Let's see. Separate words that are repeated, you know, many, many years. How about this one? Separate 3 or more equally ranked items with a comma. Loitering, panhandling, and jaywalking are misdemeanors. Okay. The loans can be bought or guaranteed by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, comma, and the federal. You see, those are three series. See why you need it there? There's your rule there. 3 or more equally ranked items. Yeah, it could be or not, but I'm trying to help you with why you need a comma, because otherwise it would say that it came from Fannie Mae and then Freddie Mac and the federal housing. We went over that rule with the law on how the government lost all this money. Introduce enumerations and explanations with commas. For example, for instance, namely. Okay. So now let's do some proofreading. Go ahead and go to number. Let's do your number 10 and your number 9. Take just a few minutes. Just do what you can. We're going to review them together in class. There's number 10 on the back, page 71 and 72. And on number 9. You can do page 63. So I'll give you a little bit of time to just do what you can and we'll go over it together.